It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Salt and pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine. Hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rapper talk, Mr. Magic Money.
I'm reminded of the lyrics from a song by Biggie Smalls that was made to the a clip from Juicy by M. Tume, and it begins like this. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Yeah, that's what today feels like. That's what it felt like the day after Election Day, when I realized that the world had gone crazy and had elected a criminal to be commander-in-chief because they couldn't see past a woman being named President of the United States. And that's what it all boils down to. So I'm sitting here in my car and I am wishing that the last few days was a dream. That the American people, the popular vote of American people, didn't just vote for a madman who has plainly said that he would make himself king if he could. And this is all because people in the United States don't understand that it takes a while to recover, particularly from a pandemic. And as the world goes, the United States of America, in terms of inflation, is doing far better than any other nation in the world. Our graph for improvement after the pandemic is significantly better than every other nation in the world. So it takes time. But we got a bunch of crybabies and whiners and people who want to blame other people for their problems. And so they blame immigration and immigrants and everything is illegal, this and all kinds of other stuff. And they've chosen to elect a criminal to lead the most powerful nation in the world. Look at Russia. Look at China. It's right there. It's right there before you. It is, if we don't learn from our history, we are doomed to repeat it. And it just makes me think that so much of our American citizens are living in a bubble. They're living in a bubble in their own little world, worried about their own little problems, and they don't care how economic and immigration and national policies affect anyone else except themselves. They don't care. And that's the problem with the United States. People don't care about any other person except themselves. So when they go to the grocery store and they see the price of bread has gone up, or the price of peanut butter has gone up, or the snacks, the horrible processed food that they live off of, all of the prices have gone up. They go, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Well, go out and get a goddamn second job. until this blows over? How about decreasing your expenses before this blows, until this blows over? How about eliminating some of those memberships that charge your credit card every month that you don't use? Do that until this blows over. But no. They don't want to change their lifestyle. They want to blame another man who wants to work. They want to blame him and his illegal status, and thinking that that person somehow is taking a job that they never wanted in the first place. But that's what the United States has come to. A bunch of whiny ass, scared for their lives, will take anything from anybody as long as it makes us feel safe. As long as he's not talking about evicting us or deporting us or arresting us, we don't care what happens. How did a nation made up of immigrants become so harsh towards immigration? It's crazy. It's crazy. And then, as a United States Marine, someone who would have to look up to his commander-in-chief, there's no way in God's green earth that man is honorable in any sense of the word. And you've just given him the highest position in the world, the strongest position in the world. Why? Because you feel so scared. What happened to placing character above charisma? What happened to using selflessness as a barometer of indicating what type of person someone is? But no, we get scared, we get afraid. We see our bank account not growing as much, or we tend to spend more money on our luxuries, and we don't feel good about that. So let's just turn the entire world upside down so that we can feel good. Because in their small little minds, they can't imagine that a woman can be president of the United States. They can't imagine that a woman can be commander-in-chief. When there are women in the Army, in the Navy, in the Air Force who are leading troops, but they can't see that. So they vote for a convicted criminal, a man who has set himself up so that whatever he does, he's surrounded by yes men who will let him off the hook. That's what we've done. Okay, there's a lot more to come. I just need to get that off my chest. All right, bye. So he won fair and square, as it were. He won the popular vote as well as the electoral college. So there's nothing that anybody can say about that. The United States of America has spoken, and they've decided that that's the man that they want to lead them. And the world has decided that that is the man they want to lead them. That is the man they trust to have their economic interests at the forefront of his brain and his actions. A billionaire. That's who all these rural folks and all these flyover states, that's what they want. That's who they think is paying attention to their needs. A billionaire. Interesting. So now I'm at Target. I just left the park. I was actually at the park where the ballot box for the 2024 election was located by the library. But now I need some comfort food. So I got some beer, some Sapporo, and I also have some chips to drown my sorrows temporarily. But, nevertheless, what is, and what will be, will be. We will all see what happens. Obviously, we should always hope for the best, but we should prepare for things not to be the best. And with that, my wife and I, we are preparing to kind of grind down these next 4 years with some business things that we're going to be looking at, and saving money and reducing expenses and embracing minimalism. Yes. And so we're going to see how that works for us so that we can be prepared in the event that we decide to relocate sooner rather than later. My eyes have always been on Southeast Asia as a place to retire. And as I get older, I'm thinking about it more and more. And I've mentioned in the past that I like to spend some time traveling, and I haven't been able to do that. There's really been no need to do that since Nia has been here, and I don't need to go travel to see her. But with that said, we're going to be looking at a lot of different things to do, from minimalism to second gigs, to some e-commerce things, to some freelance opportunities, and just trying to, and then possibly securing some certifications so that we could teach English as a second language in Southeast Asia. So these are all of the things that are loaded on my plate right now, as well as trying to dabble in this world between veganism and vegetarianism. And essentially, I just really, really reduced the amount of meat that I've been eating. I occasionally kind of go back to that, but it has been doing well. I've lost some weight, and I feel a lot better. And people have started to notice, so it must be working. So I will continue doing that. I think that's it. I still think that the K1 visa is one of the most powerful visas in the world. I've had some conversations with some other folks who are looking at the K1 visa as a way to bring their fiance to the United States to get married. A lot of people are making some dumb decisions with the K1 visa. And you just have to remember that any other visa that you apply for, that you petition for, or you have a citizen petition for, any other visa has got to be used for the purposes of that visa. So if you get a tourist visa and you show them an itinerary that doesn't look like tourism, they're going to deny you. And if you apply for a tourist visa and you start talking about, I want to go see this friend or that friend or this friend, as opposed to, this landmark or this city or this whatever, they're going to deny you. And people are just making some really dumb mistakes because they think that they're so smart. And they're ruining their opportunities. The K1 fiance visa is to bring your fiance to the United States to get married. Then there are other visas that you apply for if you're already married and you want to bring your wife or your spouse to the United States. You have to use the visa for the purpose that it has been created. Nothing else. You can't use your little side thing. It's a little pet peeve of mine because I was talking to someone about it, and he swore he did things the right way, but clearly in his correspondence to me, he was indicating that he used a visa one way when his intentions was something completely different. And that shit, it shows. So K1 visa, still the most powerful visa in the world, the most wanted visa in the world, because it doesn't require marriage beforehand. And also because if it doesn't work during those 90 days, you just pull the plug and go about your merry way. You don't have to think about divorce and all this other kind of craziness. But we will talk more about that later. I wish everybody good and peaceful life, prosperity, safety. Be your own person. Don't follow the crowd. And I will talk to you guys soon. Ciao. See you in the next one.